طريق للفرحة وطريق الخلاص عند المسيح. أصل المسيح هو الحياة، هو الطريق.
Hello, marhaba, and welcome to our roundtable edition of Woman Who Makes a Difference.
أهلا وسهلا فيكم مرة تانية. مبسوطين إنه تكونوا معنا لأنكم أنتم نساء تحدثون فرقا. امرأة تحدث فرقا. أهلا وسهلا فيكم معنا.
I'm Dr. Cynthia, and I was one of the co-hosts of the series Woman Who Makes a Difference 4 years ago when we showed it on the Way TV. And we decided to come together a few years later, bringing myself, a medical doctor from America, and a coach, and women's, really sort of a trainer and also a bit of a counselor from the Middle East, and a good friend of ours who's lived both in the Middle East and America, Barbie, who will be our guest. So what we are doing today is taking about 3 topics from our series and giving a little update and talking a bit more about it in perhaps a fresh way and getting the outside input from Barbie. So we want to talk in this particular session about family issues. Now, over the last 4 years, our families have changed quite a bit. Some good things have happened, some difficult things have happened. We've both lost family members, our children have gotten bigger, and we've seen the results of some things we've done that we've learned from, and we'd like to share those with you. Randa, would you like to explain to our primarily Arabic speakers what we're going to do now?
زي ما بعضكم يمكن شاف وحضر معنا الحلقات بالمرات الماضية، فإحنا بنقول الرب أعطانا نعمة إنه نقدر نعمل هذه السلسلة أو الحلقات من امرأة تحدث فرقا قبل 4 سنوات، لكن جينا بعد هاي الفترة أحداث كثيرة تغيرت، يمكن تعبنا وثمرنا والأشياء اللي عملناها بالسنين الماضية إن كان مع عائلتنا مع أولادنا بعملنا صار في تطوير صار في تغيير. فرح نحكي عن 3 مواضيع هلأ يمكن بس نتطرق لهم ببساطة وبنفس الوقت هيك ترفرش بس ننعش ذاكرتنا ومخيلتنا. ومعنا كمان أختنا باربي اللي هي رح تعطي إضافات من خبراتها ومن الأشياء اللي هي تعلمتها إن كان كمعلمة أو مدربة. فأهلا وسهلا فيكم معنا مرة ثانية.
The idea of our series is that we believe women do make a difference. Some of you may think, I don't make any difference. Whether I live or die, nobody cares. I don't have any impact on the world. But we've been explaining to you through our series how you do have an impact and how you can deal with problems that had an impact on you or hurt you. We're encouraging those of you who've never watched our series to go online on the Way TV and watch the 13 episodes posted there. You'll get a lot more detail than we can cover today. And then you will also have some insight into what we're talking about here. In the next few weeks, we will be rerunning some of those on satellite television, so we hope you'll be able to watch them maybe for the first time. If you've seen them already, which we hope you have, then if you watch them again, you might have new thoughts now, just like we have new thoughts now. And I want to begin talking about one of the subjects that I covered on the series previously, and that was called balance. And because I work as a medical doctor outside of the home, and I also have a home with a family, with children, a husband, and I work in church work, ministry work, community work, it's often very challenging getting all these things to work together. And I want to think a little bit about that again today. Frankly, what's happened to me in the last few years, friends, gave me an insight that as we go through life, we tend to add on a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. You know, when we're a child, we can't do much. We basically can't even take care of ourselves. Our mama does it, or our nanny, our helper. Little by little, we learn to take care of ourselves, and we're so happy we can tie our shoe, we can run, we can feed ourselves. We start growing up and we feel like we have some self-esteem, like we're important. And then, as we mature, we start to take on other duties. And these duties are things that help us serve others. Okay, so if we're at a very low level of operating, someone has to take care of us. A little bit higher, we take care of ourselves. And then, as we grow up and become an adult, we take care of others, maybe children, maybe people who haven't learned a skill that we have, and so on and so on. So this we see as a normal part of life as we get older. Again, we add more and more duties until we get to the point where we're pretty much full. We can't have any more duties added to our back. And I want to see if, Randi, if you can maybe explain to some of our viewers about that, and maybe, Barbie, you can add a few comments on how we take on duties in life.
زي ما حكت الأخت سنتيا إنه بحياتنا كل يوم بيوم أو مرحلة عمرية بنلاحظ إنه في أشياء بتجد وفي أشياء بتدخل وأشياء تفرض علينا. يعني زي ما كانت عم تحكي وضحت إنه بالبداية وإحنا أطفال دائما بدنا مساعدة. الماما يمكن بتطعميني، التيتا بتعتني فيي، من أقارب أو ناس مساعدين في البيت، فبدنا مساعدة. بنكبر بمرحلة عمرية بنحس إنه إحنا إلنا حضور، إلنا وجود، بنصير ناضجين، بنصير إحنا نعطي، بنصير إحنا نهتم بآخرين. بتدخل مداخلات كتير بحياتنا، أشياء من تعبنا ومن عملنا، وأشياء بتيجينا من آخرين، من عائلتنا، من اللي حوالينا، من الظروف اللي بتفرض نفسها علينا حتى تنشئ منا طبيعة، شخصية، تكوين. كل هاي بتضيف علي طبعة وميزة وصفة معينة حتى تصبغني بصبغة معينة أتمثل فيها بالصورة اللي الله خلقني وأوجدني فيها حتى أكون مميزة. ليش إحنا مميزين؟ لأنه إحنا مخلوقين على صورة الله، وكل وحدة منا فريدة من نوعها، ما فيش زيها. بصمة الإصبع بتختلف. فمنلاحظ إنه الأشياء اللي الله بسمح فيها بحياتي من أشياء عم نمر فيها، من أشياء تضاف زي الطبخة، زي الأكل المعينة، إضافات معينة بتعطيها نكهات، بتصبغها بصبغة معينة، بتطلع الصورة الحلوة اللي الله أرادها إلي وإلك. فشو رأيك باربي في الموضوع؟
I'm thinking of an expression I learned a long time ago from a teacher, the realization of joy in our life. Jesus, others, you, joy. It gets more and more complex the older we get, as Dr. Cynthia was saying. If marriage comes into the picture, a profession, children, and with God's strength and God's wisdom, we can balance. You know, everybody needs a little bit of our time, but He will show us the way.
I like that joy is Jesus first, then other people, and ourselves. We want to keep all of that in balance. If we only think about ourselves, we won't have joy. If we only think about others, we will burn out and wring ourselves dry. We talk about that in an episode online. But putting all three of those in our life in the right proportion is so important. Rhonda, do you have a similar expression in Arabic, or can you explain the meaning to our viewers?
لما عم نحكي عن التوازن، الحياة المتزنة اللي احنا منعيشها بصفتي يمكن امرأة عاملة، أنا بشتغل، وحتى لو كنت أنا ما بشتغل خارج البيت، أنا عم بقوم بأكثر من وظيفة، يمكن كزوجة وأم وأخت لإخواتي، بنت لعائلتي. حياتي مخلوطة، بدها تكون بين الاتزان مع العمل. عم نحكي عن الفرح اللي أنا بدي أوجده بحياتي من خلال علاقتي مع الله، باتزاني مع حياتي العملية وحياتي في المنزل، بأدواري المختلفة اللي أنا بقوم فيها. لأنه أنا إذا ما أوجدت وقت، خلينا أقول، أو اتزان يتناغم مع الأدوار المختلفة اللي أنا بقوم فيها بحياتي، راح أطفي، راح أحترق، راح I will be burned out. فبصير مكتئبة، بصير تعبانة، بصير هجومية، بصير أحس إنه الكل ما بحس فيي، ما بفكر فيي. فالعملية الاتزان بين عملي وبين حياتي كتير بيساعدني إنه أعيش حياة مريحة. الفرح بظهر بحياتي، وبتفادى أعباء كتيرة اللي هي الاحتراق أو استنفاذ الطاقة أو القوة بحياتي.
What happened in my life the last few years is several things that brought me to the realization that we get to a point in our life, maybe in middle age or late middle age, where we are, what we say in English, maxed out. That's it. Every day has every minute fully accounted for. All of our strength is used between the work we've decided we can handle, the number of children we can handle, our husband, our community work, all of those things that we're balancing, and say we're doing a good job. You know, we've prayed, we've asked God, what should my career be? How many children should I have? What are you sending me? What does my husband expect? How should I serve you at church? So say that we have all of this in balance, like we talk about in our episode online. Well, what I found is a chaos factor, a disturbing element, is when unexpected things start going wrong. So, for example, in my situation, my mother died, and she had been sick before that happened for quite a while. The week my mother died, my aunt, who has no children, no husband, got very ill and was hospitalized, and I was the only person that could help her, and I was in another city. So I had many things to deal with my parents' family's business because my father had passed away, with my aunt and her business, with my own family, with ministry and serving things that started coming on. And I was thinking, this is it. This is more. I was maxed out before the adult members of my family started getting sick and dying and needing more care. And I started realizing this is a difficult age. I've heard it called the sandwich generation. Has anybody heard that? Sandwich, where you are caring for your children and your parents. and the elder generation. And meanwhile, you're trying to carry on a life and make money and live a good Christian life, which always takes thought and prayer. It's not, if you live life without trying, you probably make more mistakes than when you're putting your heart into serving God. So this gets to be a very complex picture. And I'm wondering if any of you out there are in that situation. Your life was busy enough before maybe you got really sick. Maybe someone in your family got cancer. Maybe a loved one passed away and left a mess that you have to clean up. Maybe someone that wasn't even that close to your family had to move into your house because of a financial disaster. Maybe you had a financial disaster. What do we do when we're balancing well and we're hanging in there? We say in English, treading water. That means we're swimming, we're going steadily. What do you do when more burdens come on top of that? How can you balance then? Do our co-host and guest have any thoughts about what you do when you get overwhelmed with problems and issues you weren't expecting? Maybe, Barbie, you can give a few thoughts of how you might have handled that.
Well, dear viewers, each one of you has a life, a story, things that you're dealing with, have dealt with. Our hearts go out. In my life, I was pretty well managing things, balancing things, family, children, volunteer work as a teacher. And then my son had an accident, almost 14, and as a result, he died. And I just couldn't believe that. This can't be possible. I called a counselor after a while, and he said, "Is this the first time you have been overwhelmed? That you've gotten more than you can handle?" And I said, "I think so. And we may come to a place like this. But I will tell you that I'm sitting here today because we serve a God who is bigger and deeper than anything that we face. Anything. And he is there. As he was for me, he is for you. So hold tight, cling to him, love him, and he will bring you through whatever it is.
يعني أنا بقول عزيزتي المشاهدة إنه كتلخيص للي حكيناه أو على اللي عم نحكيه، الحياة فيها ضغوطات. في الضغوطات اللي من جوا، من داخلي، من ماضيي، من آلامي، والضغوطات اللي من حوالي وأعباء الحياة والمسؤوليات والركض. حتى لو كنت أنا بشتغل أو ما بشتغل، زوجي قدر يأمن الفواتير اللي علينا، ضغط الأولاد، ابني مراهق، توجيهي، زواج، موت، مشاكل، حتى الأشياء أو الضغوطات أو أشياء بتصير أقوى منا اللي هي الطبيعية. حتى لو عملية زواج أحد أفراد العيلة، أو التوجيه، أو نهاية السنة الدراسية، الجامعة والتخريج. يعني هلا هذه حتى هي لو أشياء حلوة، بس هاي تأخذ مني طاقة ووقت وتحضير ومراكدة وميزانية، وأشوف برنامجي وأشوف شو اللي علي. فهذا كله له علاقة بتداخل بالاتزان بحياتي اليومية اللي على طول بيجيها أشياء، إن كان مفاجآت أو أشياء طبيعية تصير، بس هاي بتتطلب مني تأقلم مع الوضع. فاللي إحنا عم نحكي كنا بنقول صرختك من قلبك لله الحي اللي بيسمع صلاتك، بتقولي له يا رب حقيقي أنا مش عم بقدر. لأنه إذا تركتي حالك وفكرتي إنه أنت جدعة وبتقدري تكملي، رح تضعفي ورح تنهاري ورح تتعبي قبل ما تقدري تدركي إنه أنت عم بتعاني من ضغط أو ما فيش اتزان بحياتك اللي هي كلها ركض ركض ركض. فلازم كل مدة ومدة الواحد يفقد حاله، يشوف كيف عم بيقدر يوازن بين كل متطلبات الحياة وبين الضغوطات اللي عليه، وبين الأشياء اللي بتطلع وبين الأشياء المفروضة، وحتى زي ما قلنا الأشياء الحلوة منها. قولي له يا رب أعطيني حقيقي أهدى قدامك حتى أعرف أفكر كيف أقسم أولوياتي، كيف أرتب برنامج، كيف يمكن أطلب مساعدة، ممكن تأجيل إشي مش هالقد يعني متطلب انه انجزه بخلال اليومين، باجل البرنامج، برتب الاولويات، بحط خطط حتى بالاولويات. يمكن في 1 2 3 انا عاده بس اكتب على ورقه بلونهم احمر اخضر اصفر، يعني الاحمر هلا فيري ايرجنت، شيء لازم انجزه، فبحط حتى الاحمر اللي لازم انجازه 1 2 3. هذا ساعدني انه اعمل بالانس بحياتي، تصير حياتي متزنه، اخفف الضغط عني. اللي بدي اقول لك يا اختي انه اذا انت ما سعيتي تلاقي طرق تخففي الضغط من حواليك حتى تخلقي جو متزن ينتج عنه فرح وسلام وراحه، ما حدش يمكن راح يساعدك. فانت بدك تكوني عم تقعدي مع نفسك بتفكري، بتشوفي الخطة والصورة الكاملة، وتصيري تقسمي أمور حياتك حتى تنجزي بطريقة أفضل، بطريقة فعالة، بطريقة مثمرة، حتى تعملي حقيقي تغيير فيها في حياتك وفي إنجازك.
So I understood some of that, definitely not all of it. But I would add that if you feel that you were doing okay, but now you have too much and your health is starting to break down, you don't have enough hours in the day, you pray for wisdom. And you ask God, look, I can't handle this. We have, 3 things. Please, Lord, either make me stronger, that I can do more, or show me what I should cut out. What would be the thing that's in my life that I can do less of? And frankly, one of the changes in my life that has come is I'm going to work less at the hospital. I'm going to start transitioning in my life from working as a medical doctor to more writing and teaching and things like that. Trying to leave room in life to serve God fully. And I like what you ladies said, to be sure to include God. Don't cut that out. Mm-hmm. One of the mistakes we make when we're overstretched is to stop reading the Bible, stop going to church. If we pray, a lot of us will keep praying, but we'll say, help, help, Lord.
Like an
Just
emergency.
Emergency, we're only thinking about, oh no. I remember one time at work when I was having so many problems, I would pray about, and if this happens today, and if that happens today, all the things that had gone wrong in the past. I realized I was showing up exhausted. So we have to do the kind of prayer that has thanksgiving and trust God. So this is how I would advise to try to make a transition, is look where in your life you can make cuts. Obviously, you need to still perhaps have money coming in. You can't quit work, but maybe you can quit a certain social club. You might think, well, I can get just as much recreation, or as we say, peace, renewing your spirit from something else. So that was a challenge that I met in these last few years. I wanted to share to see if you ladies had any insight. And from this we'll go on and we'll talk about raising children, but I'm wondering if you have any other comments on balancing that came up while we were talking.
I think flexibility is important, not to be rigid in our life. Some things will come, some will go. Always seeking God in what we have and what might need to be changed, His wisdom, and just to be flexible.
صح، مزبوط. المرونة إني أكون مرنة، أقبل إنه أشياء مش رح تمشي بالطريقة اللي أنا بدي إياها، مش بالضرورة يكون فيها أفضل إشي وأفضل صورة، أتنازل شوي، هقبل بالأخطاء، أمرق أمور، أغير أشياء، أخذ مستوى أقل. هذا لأنه الهدف منه يعني دائما حتى أنا كنت أعلم بناتي هذا الشيء وبذكر فيه نفسي، إنه الأشخاص أهم من الأشياء أو من الإنجازات. فإحنا أوقات لما ما نقبل إنه نعيش حياة متزنة بنحرق اللي حوالينا، مش بس إحنا بنحرق اللي حوالينا، وبصير بهمني المناسبة أو الإنجاز أو الشيء يتم أفضل ما يكون، وما بنشوف إنه إحنا عم نأذي نفسنا وعم نأذي آخرين. فإنه أبدأ أتنازل عن أشياء بساعدني إني أكون آه، يعني حياتي متزنة، أنا مرنة أكثر، وبفرج الآخرين إنه هن بالنسبة لي حقيقي أهم من الإنجاز أو المناسبة أو الحفلة أو الترتيب اللي أنا بدي أسويه. فسوكي بتنازل بمرق وبعطي انطباع وإمبريشن أفضل للآخرين، لأني أنا بكون إن بيس ومرتاحة بسلام مع الله. زي ما قلنا مندخل الله لحياتنا، مش زي ما حكت الأخت سنتيا إنه أنا ببطل عندي وقت إني هقرأ أو أصلي أو أكون بشركة معه لأني أنا مضغوطة وعندي أشياء كثيرة وبركض برفع صلاة سريعة. لا، بدخل الله ببرنامجي المضغوط حتى يطلع من برنامجي المضغوط أشياء حلوة.
The three of us all have grown children. We've gone through the parenting process with more than one child. And we have a chance to look back and see, since we last got together, our children have gotten older and moved on to young adulthood, some of them. And looking back over the child raising experience, I'm wondering if there are some things we could add. I have one that comes to my mind off the top, and I'll let you ladies think, but one of them is consequences. And I'll let Randa explain a little more about that in Arabic, but consequence means what is the result. And a lot of times when we're raising children, we can want to just deal with what's happening at that moment instead of thinking what will be best for them in the long run. And I believe the Bible teaches us to look at the consequence. It says, train a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. They won't leave it. So you're not always seeing the result immediately. And I think that encourages us a lot. Because, for example, sometimes I felt I had to choose between having my child like me at that moment or building character in them in the long run. And that was really hard. I remember a specific time when I could see that if I did everything my child wanted, they wouldn't like me as much, and I wouldn't be their best friend, and we wouldn't be as close for a while. That was such a hard choice, but I thought, you know, in the long run, he'll be better if I say no to this, and he starts developing that character trait. And what I found was, in the long run, now we're great friends. You know, we have so much in common, and we share many things, and he's learned to develop those character traits. But in the short run, it's not always easy to say no. It's not always easy to say, you can't do this, or you shouldn't go there, or no, you don't take that, or, you know, I told you if you broke that rule, there would be a consequence. You must face that consequence now, because if you don't, the long-term consequence, how you will be in 5, 10, or 20 years is different. So, ladies, do you have some comments on taking the long view with child raising?
أنا كنت عم بفكر لأنه هي كانت عم تحكي عن النتائج بتربية الأولاد، وكيف إنه نحن دائما لما بنعلمهم إشي أو بنربيهم على إشي نتطلع للبعد بعدين، مش أنا عم بربيه لهلأ وبدي نتيجة أشوفها هلأ. لكن وكلنا بنعرف إنه مش بأغلب الأحيان، لكن دائما أنا عم بعمل في ابني وبزرع فيه للصورة الأبعد، للمستقبلية اللي يطلع منه أشياء رائعة إله هو، مش إلي أنا بمرحلة وقتية عشان أنا أشوف إني أم صالحة أو أب صالح أشوف هلأ ابني، لكن أنا بزرع فيه عشان أشياء بدها تثمر إن كان هلأ وبعدين للصورة المستقبلية. وأنا بحب أقول من خبرتي البسيطة، مع بناتي والأشياء اللي شفتها، بقول إنه الحب والمحبة، الحب والمحبة، الحب والمحبة بتثمر وبتعمل. لأنه لما الأولاد بيشوفوا إنه إحنا بنحبهم، إحنا بنقبلهم زي ما هن، بنقبل أخطائهم وبنقبل ضعفاتهم. يمكن ما بقدر أغطي وأعطي لابني كل إشي ماديا، ما راح أقدر أعطيه الأشياء اللي هو بده إياها زي ما بشوف بقية الأولاد. يمكن مستوى المدرسة اللي هو فيها بيجيبوا أشياء كثير إحنا ما بنقدر نعملها، بشوف الناس اللي حواليه، بشوف عيال، الميديا والتطور والدنيا بتوفر أشياء كثيرة يمكن أنا كأهل ما أقدر أوفرها. لكن لما أنا بوفر الحب والمحبة والحنان رح تخلق منه طفل صحي هيلثي، يعطي بطريقة أفضل بحياته، ويقدر يفهم ويقدر ينتج ويقدر يكون هو ذاته اللي هو بيكونه. فإذا الحب والمحبة، بعدين التواصل، لازم يكون تواصل واضح بيني وبين أولادي. حسيت هذا كتير بفرق. التواصل يعني الاستماع، والاستماع مش بس بالأذن لكن بقلبي. أنا بسمع، بسمع باهتمام، مش أنا بسمع وأنا بشتغل، بسمع وأنا بركض بسرعة. يمكن بحكي ابني 100 شغلة وأنا مش مركزة معاه على التليفون أو بحكي أو مشغولة. لكن التواصل اللي هو عبارة عن استماع باهتمام، استماع وأنا عم بطلع مع آي كونتاكت، التواصل اللي هو بيقدر يحكي اللي بده إياه معي، ما يخاف ويرتعب حتى عن أخطائه عن ضعفاته. هذا هو التواصل الصحيح اللي بيكون بيني وبين أولادي. والنقطة الثالثة اللي معي ساعدتني غير الحب والتواصل هي الاعتراف أنا بأخطائي لأولادي، أني أكون أنا شفافة. يعني كتير إحنا بنفكر قدام أولادنا لازم نكون إحنا المثال which is great، لازم أكون أنا موديل لأولادي، بس منروح لبعد إنه أنا بدي أكون مثال وبفكر حالي إني أنا بس آلة أو صورة بدها تكون. لكن أولادي عم بيشوفوني أنا حقيقتي، بضعفاتي، بقوتي، بتعليمي، بغضبي، بمثاليتي. فهني عم بيشوفوني على الحقيقة. فما بنفع أخدعهم وأبين إنه بس أنا مثال وهن عم بيشوفوا إشي تاني. فلما أغلط ولما أضعف لازم أعترف وأقول لهم إنه أنا غلطت، هون يمكن ما تصرف بطريقة صحيحة، هون يمكن صرخت مش لازم أصرخ. يعني أعيش بشفافية حقيقية مع أولادي، أكون واقعية، ما أخترع لنفسي صورة أقدم لهم إياها وهن شايفيني على حقيقتي. فالشفافية ساعدتني كتير في تربية أولادي، والرب يقودكم بالطريقة والخط المناسب اللي تزرعوا شيء حقيقي رح يثمر، وإشي رح يشوفوه من خلال تعامل الله الحقيقي من حياتكم إلهم.
آمين.
شو باربي بتفكري؟
Whoa. I didn't learn a lot about mothering from my mother since she was away from the home so much. And then at a young age, my father was gone. So I almost feel as if I learned as the children came every couple of years, up to 4 children, I learned with them. So I made a lot of mistakes. But with the mistakes, you also learn the right thing. You learn a lesson. And the children taught me as well. I'm so thankful for each one, their personalities, and what they taught me as well as what I taught them. And I think just being still, being calm, being open, taking those, all the things we talked about today when you're looking ahead with your children can be a help. You love them, they love you. Love will work it out.
We touched on the idea of sacrificing the way a child feels about us, being willing for them not to feel that we are their best friend in order to discipline them and train them. And that's not an easy thing, especially in America now. A lot of people want their child to be their friend. But when you think about it, is that unselfish or selfish? That's selfish. If you are just training your child to be your friend, are they a pet? Are they a dog or a cat or a parrot? No, they're another human being. So how do we look at self-sacrifice in parenting? We know that love is being willing to sacrifice. Our Lord was the primary example of that.
Yes.
And we like to point out to people that if God is the greatest of all possible creatures, he should also be the greatest in love. And didn't he show that he is by coming himself to earth and dying for our sins? He sacrificed himself for us. Mm-hmm. We don't worship a God who refuses to come to earth, refuses to care for us. No, we worship a God who loves us more than we can love others. So most of you who are parents, especially good parents, I'm sure you would be willing to give your life for your child.
Yes.
And that love is a reflection of the kind of love God has for us. When we sacrifice for our child, it shouldn't just be, oh, I will give them a larger serving of dinner, and I will give them this or that, or I will pick up after them. We can do things that make us suffer a bit, but they don't necessarily improve the child in the long run. So I'm asking you to take a look at your self-sacrifice, at your suffering for your child. If your child just uses you as a servant, is that going to help your child's character? There was a letter written to an American newspaper advice column years ago where the woman said, you know, my son comes over and he doesn't want me to come out. He's grown now, but he doesn't want his friends to see me. He just wants me to clean up after him. And the woman writing the advice column says, well, you let your son treat you like a servant all these years. What do you expect now? And that really opened my mind. Oh, well, even though we love our children, we don't want to teach them to treat other people like they're slaves. Mm-hmm. Somehow we have to encourage them little by little to clean up after themselves and to do things for others. So look at your self-sacrifice. Be sure it's the right kind. Be sure it's the kind that will lead them to be wonderful contributing adults, to be in the image of God's love for us. Does God tell us not to sacrifice for others? Does he tell us to only think of ourselves and use God as our goody man who gives us things and cleans up after us? No. He showed his love by giving his life and teaching us. Yes. Ladies, do you have any insights on the self-sacrifice of God and our self-sacrifice as parents? Anything we want to add to that before we close here? Or maybe you can summarize it in Arabic for our viewers.
Yes, يعني أنا بقول زي ما حكيتي التضحية اللي هي الرب يسوع الله نفسه ضحى بنفسه وبمجده لأجلنا. يعني قد ما أنا أفكر أو أحاول أكون مثال أطبق بحياة التضحية اللي إحنا مستعدين نقدم نفوسنا بدل أولادنا، مستعدين نعطيهم عيوننا، أحشائنا، أي شيء ابنك بده إياه بتعطيه. لكن بدنا ننتبه هون بمحبتنا وبتضحيتنا إنه مش إحنا نزرع فيهم الأشياء الغلط بدون التعليم الصحيح المبني على الكتاب المقدس، زي ما بقولنا بأمثال ربي ابنك في طريقه فمتى شاء لا يحيد عنه. أنا بدي أزرع فيه، أنا بدي أربيه، بدي أضحي عشانه، بدي أحبه، بدي أعطي، لكن بالطريقة الصحيحة المتزنة اللي ما نخلط بين التربية لأولادنا وبين المحبة والتضحية وتقديم نفوسنا، حتى يعني ما نلخبطهم، يعني not to spoil them، لدرجة يبطلوا يميزوا المعنى المحبة الحقيقية والتضحية الحقيقية اللي الرب يسوع نفسه فرجانا إياها مثال حياته كيف ضحى بنفسه وقدمه لأجلنا. فإحنا بدنا نعطي هذا التعليم الصافي الصحيح لأولادنا بنفس القوة، بنفس الإصرار، بنفس المفهوم اللي الله أعطانا إياه.
Our show is Woman Who Makes a Difference, and we believe that whoever you are, wherever you are, you can make a difference. If you tell yourself, I'm only a mom at home, you can make a difference. Think of what we were just talking about now, how you can make a difference in the consequence of how your child turns out. It's not 100%, but most of the time, this is the way the Lord helps us mold our children and learn that they are not the center of the universe. They are here to serve, just as Jesus came to serve. We encourage you to tune in to other episodes, both these few nights in a row that we're giving you a refresher, and also online, and as we rerun the series on the station. I'd like to thank our co-host, Randa, from the Middle East, who brings a Middle Eastern perspective on women's issues, and Barbie, an American who has lived in the Middle East, and Dr. Cynthia, who works as a medical doctor in America with the medical and American perspective. We're so glad you joined us, aren't we, ladies?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you
شكراً
for
لكم.
coming, and we hope to see you again and believe you can be a woman who makes a difference.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
في كتير طرق وسط الحياة